Alright, let's go in the garage here, take a look at what's been going at B-Bug and Out's house. It's been some time since I've posted up some video, and I'm sorry about that. I know there's a few people out there that are pretty interested in what I'm doing, but life's been hectic and it's been frickin' hot out here in Arizona. But there she is in all her glory, and that's a little airplane that Grandpa got for my son Walker, and I don't think we'll be flying that anytime soon. It has some repairs to be done on it, and it's probably going to be a hangar in his room, but he's pretty excited about that. You know, Dad's not too excited about it because it's just one more project added to his plate, but we'll get it done. Yeah, there's I think it's been a long time since I've had this kind of a mess on the floor. And no, it's not. It wasn't in my toddler years that we're talking about, but we're talking about the mess that I've been making while trying to restore the 63, which is what I finally believe I've come to determine the body to be, based on the hinge bolts and the floor pan. But anyways, wet sanding, that's what we've been working on. Got most all the fenders wet sanded. Yeah, all of them are sanded, wet sanded. We got the deck lid over here wet sanded, and those are coming out pretty nice. A little bit of a sheen to the finish on the epoxy, but started on the hood a little bit today, and it's coming along. And I think the only real problem I had on the hood so far was a little spot right in here, and it showed up a little low spot, but for the most part it's just taking out some of the heavier grit scratches, and orange peel has been mostly what I've been knocking down, so I guess that's a good sign. I've been shooting emails back and forth to Greg Porter, and just talking a little bit about Volkswagens. Appreciate him keeping in touch with me. Can always count on Greg. And I'm glad he's getting his motor worked out to where he's keeping things a little cooler. Sounds like he's gone with an SVDA type distributor, and that might be helping him out a little bit there. Told him that I got a 1915 in my Bug, and it's got the external oil filter, but not the external oil cooler. And out here in Arizona, I'm sure I'm going to end up having to figure out some kind of an apparatus to bypass the filter and go into an oil filter and back to an oil, or go into a oil cooler and then back into the block, or however that works. I'll have to figure that out sooner or later, but more than likely I'm going to end up putting on one of those SVDAs on mine as well, because I have the 009 distributor, and all I've ever read about the 009 distributor is that it always creates flat spots on most of the motors, and doesn't do anything for keeping the motor cool. Anyhow, that's way down the road, and I'm not going to worry about that stuff right now until I get all the wet sanding done, get some color laid down, and clear her up. So, yep, haven't really done much to the body yet. As far as wet sanding, that's after I get the hood done. So maybe next week I'll be doing a little bit of wet sanding on the body. And I was working on the dash a little bit about a month ago. Had to clean up the dash because you know how people are over the years, wanting to fit their fancy dancy new stereo systems, and they end up cutting the dash at some point. So mine luckily just had a couple little spots I had to repair, weld up, and put some filler over to cover up the divots in the metal, but it's coming along. Won't be long, be able to shoot some more epoxy over the dash and wet sand that baby down. So anyhow, that's where we're at. Nothing exciting, you know. All the sanding and wet sanding and talk about paint and primers and all that's been hashed over so many times in the Garage Gang. It's probably not too much of an excitement to hear about or see, but at least you get to see some of the progress, and I guess that's what we're all about, is making progress and helping each other out. So feel free to shoot me some emails, some video response, some chatter underneath the video. I appreciate it. I'd like to hear from all you guys. And been watching some of Darren's videos, of course. I always like watching his stuff about the motors and the heads and the valve jobs he does. He's a superior mechanic compared to most of us, but we appreciate all the sharing he does with his knowledge. It's awesome. Hit my 100th subscription today. That's, I guess, a milestone for some of us. As you mostly know, I'm doing most of this type of video recording and documentation for me and my family and close friends, but I'm glad to have made some friends through the Garage Gang. But yeah, that's I guess it's something to be happy about. But thanks a lot. I'm probably going to hack up his name, Rudderfy or something like that. Rudderfy. I have to get a little more familiar with him, but he's got a garage that he's built up, starting to build up, and get his Mustang in there and start working on it. And that's pretty cool. Been showing us a little bit of his garage and the modifications he's doing to it, and I guess he's from over in Germany, or did some service, sounds like, in Germany. Thank you. Appreciate your service to our country. And that's about all I got for today. So, short video, posted up for you. Take care, everybody, and I'm looking forward to cooler days in Arizona.